The echo hidden in snow, the last battle of a German soldier. It was the last hours of a frozen night. Snow fell relentlessly from the gray sky, blanketing everything in silence. Between shattered trees and lifeless ground, a German soldier stood still, Hans Richter. He was stationed on the Eastern Front during the final winter of 1944. The snow covered not only the earth but the memories of a world that once felt alive. Hans' boots were soaked, his hands numb, his rifle heavy. But his eyes, cold blue, tired yet determined, still searched the white horizon. In his coat pocket, he carried a folded letter, worn and torn from being read too many times. Greater than, my son, when the war ends, come home. Your room still smells like the wood you carved. He whispered those lines to himself every night. They were his only warmth in this frozen hell. The Eastern Front had become a graveyard of men and machines. The Russians advanced endlessly, the Germans retreated, starving and broken. Hans' unit was stranded in a small, bombed-out village, a skeleton of homes and burned wagons. He entered one of the ruined houses, his boots crunching on the icy floor. Then, a sound, a faint breath, a heartbeat in the silence. Hans raised his rifle and moved cautiously. In the corner, under a shattered window, sat a little girl, no older than 7. Her face was pale, her hands frozen around a broken doll. A Russian child. Hans froze. For a moment, the war disappeared. He lowered his weapon. The girl looked terrified, but Hans reached into his pocket and took out a piece of hard bread. He placed it gently on the floor before her. She hesitated, then took it. For the first time in weeks, Hans felt something human, the ache of compassion. He knew the rules. Helping an enemy, even a child, meant death. But he could not walk away. What's your name? He asked softly. The girl shivered. Anna, she whispered. From that moment they were no longer soldier and enemy. Just two souls trapped in the same storm. Hans found a small cellar beneath the ruined house and hid her there. He brought her food from his rations, melted snow for her to drink, and told her stories, about forests, about music, about springtime in Germany. Every night, when bombs rumbled in the distance, Anna clung to him in fear. He would read her lines from his mother's letter, though she didn't understand the language, but she understood the tone, the warmth, the comfort. For a few days, in the middle of hell, there was peace. One morning, Hans heard engines approaching. German trucks, his own army. He froze. If they found Anna, they'd kill her, and him. He quickly hid her in the cellar, wrapped her in part of his coat, and whispered, "Don't come out, no matter what you hear." His commanding officer entered the house. "Richter, are you alone?" Hans nodded. "Yes, sir. No one else here." The officer looked around suspiciously but said nothing. That night, the Russians attacked. The earth shook, shells exploded, and the sky burned red. Hans heard the cellar door rattle. Anna was awake, crying. He ran down, lifted her into his arms, and bolted outside as the house collapsed behind them. Snow and fire filled the air. He ran through smoke, clutching her tight. Then, a shell exploded nearby. Hans fell, shielding the girl with his body. When the sun rose, the battle was over. The village was ashes. Russian soldiers walked among the ruins. One of them found a man lying in the snow, a dead German soldier, his arms wrapped around a small girl, still alive. The soldier took off his helmet and whispered, he protected her. In Hans' pocket, they found the letter. Greater than, Mother, if I never come back, know that I tried to remain human, even in war. Years passed. The war ended, but the snow never forgot. In that same village, a small stone memorial now stands. On it, the words are carved in both German and Russian. Greater than, to the soldier who remembered to be human, even in war. Anna grew up, moved to Germany, and every winter she returns to that lonely field. She brings a small doll and lays it gently in the snow. Sometimes when the wind passes through the frozen trees, she hears a whisper, soft, distant, almost like a voice carried by the snow. Greater than, Mother. I've come home. And the echo remains, buried beneath the snow, where love and humanity survived a war that tried to destroy them both.